Hello, everyone. Welcome to our information session today. I'm going to start. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Yasmin Khalil. I'm the program manager for the real estate programs at AUC School of Business, Executive Education. Uh, Allow me to welcome you all to our session today. I hope you enjoy it and find it beneficial. We're so happy to have you all here. But at the beginning, let me give you a brief introduction about our guest speakers today, our experts. We have with us today Tariq Madani, Managing Director of Global Appraisal Tech. Tariq comes with more than 15 years of experience as an asset appraiser valuer. Tariq is a Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors registered valuer, CBE and FRA senior licensed asset appraiser. Tariq is a founding member for the RICS Egypt Advisory Board member. Welcome, Tariq, with us. We're happy to have you here. We also have Muhammad Ali. Muhammad is principal for Meta Ventures Egypt, a real estate advisory hub. Muhammad comes with 14 plus years of experience in real estate management, development, and development market. Muhammad is now the principal of Meta Ventures, as I mentioned. Muhammad offers a big array of services for real estate developers and real estate business players, ranging from strategic advisory, business intelligence, and various research services. Welcome, Mohammed, and we're happy to have you here as well. Let me all walk you through our presentation for the day. Before we start, I would like to give you a background كده إحنا what we're offering in executive education, AUC School of Business. We have a big array of programs ranging from various concentrations or various areas. Besides our real estate management programs, we also have marketing and sales, we have human resources, we have healthcare, we have management, and we have operations, banking, and finance, as well as sports management. This is just a diagram showing the portfolio of our programs. Please go to our website and check them out. But today we're focusing on real estate management programs. On our real estate portfolio, we currently have 3 programs, namely the Introduction to Real Estate Management Program. This is a program that has been running since summer 2021. We're now happy to say that we're in the 3rd intake of the program. It's a short program, an introductory program. I will dig into the details in a minute. وعندنا النهارده core of our discussion, we have 2 new certificates that are newly launched, open for registration, which are the Real Estate Development Management Certificate and the Real Estate Finance and Investment Certificate. Quickly كده, let me give you a look of our portfolio, where it falls on the target segments أو الناس اللي في السوق يعني. احنا دايما for every area in the executive education we have a pyramid. We classified this pyramid لثلاثة stages: foundation stage, intermediate stage, and advanced stage, based on the experience and the level of information a participant would like to have given the area he's joining or the program he's planning to join. So, looking at our programs, هنلاقي عندنا the Introduction to Real Estate Management. Like I said a minute earlier, it's a foundation program. It's a short program. It actually tackles people who are career shifters, who would like to understand the general dynamics of the market, the real estate business. It gets you bites كده من كل لقطة في real estate management cycle. But newly launched programs اللي احنا بنتكلم عليهم النهارده, they are addressing the intermediate level. Intermediate, we mean with it الناس اللي عندها 5 سنين وأكثر خبرة في المجال. But this is our core discussion for today. So I'll leave the floor to Tariq to discuss and give you a quick trip into the Real Estate Finance and Investment Certificate. Please go ahead, Tariq.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the information session. The point of this diploma, I think it has the primary courses that are being given to help you understand the world of real estate investment and finance in Egypt, particularly to the local knowledge of Egypt. So what's written here is typically the program helps participate and achieve the solid understanding of the concepts of economics, sort of demand and supply, what most of you guys have learned. Some of you may come up from a background of commerce. So you studied Tijara, yani finance, or economics or accounting. So how does those things apply to the world of real estate? And does real estate follow the same curves of demand and supply and equilibrium points and so forth? So we get to learn about that in the economics of real estate, the revenue component and the cost component. Then we start to understand, shift into the finance component of real estate, which is how to finance, what are returns on investment, the ROIs, the feasibilities, the valuations, etc., which naturally leads itself to property valuation. What are the standards in valuation? How do we value in Egypt? What are the boards and what are the regulatory bodies that we have to adhere to, and what are the laws, standards, and processes? So the 3 courses are specifically structured in that format. The first one is real estate economics, where you will have the opportunity to learn about the theory of how what you've learned in School of Business or in commerce, whether you, or if you come from an engineering background, like most of us, then you will also get introduced to that concept and in the context of real estate. So we'll be able to tie in what you already know in engineering to how the market starts seeing and how the banks and how the developers and how the planners and so forth see real estate in the context of investments. Hopefully this time it naturally moves you down to the path of investment, which is real estate finance. How do projects get financed? What are the different themes of financing? You start to understand the metrics and the KPIs of measuring financing performance, portfolio management. Then you look at the KPIs of feasibility, return on investment, NPVs, IRRs, all those sort of KPI performance matrices that you already know. Some of you already know from your accounting or finance background, but some of you may have don't have a direct understanding of how that applies in real estate. And for those of you who have an engineering background, then you get to learn why, for example, your bosses or why the direction of a company or your development or developer board decides to go at certain directions that might not make sense for an engineer, but it makes sense from a finance and sort of return on investment perspective. And at the very end, it leads us to the concept of valuation. And valuation is a broad topic. So we have everywhere from asset valuation of simply looking at what the land is, what the building is, cost engineering, look at the different approaches of valuation. How do you look at the market? You look at it from a market approach, you look at it from a cost approach, you look from an investor's approach, income approach. You like to learn about the 5 methods of valuation, how to value land, how to value residential, how to write development appraisals, how to value a project, and sort of learn about all the keywords and the buzzwords that are used, because eventually, if you're going to learn about real estate finance and investment, and you're going to go through the journey of real estate development, then you need to sort of be able to take yourself from the technical level of engineering and accounting to the level of thinking like a holistically from a developer's point of view. So this is in a nutshell is sort of the purpose and the way that we've structured this program in these 3 different modules. It's actually not 3 modules, 3 different courses with at least 6 or 8 modules. I think Yasmin will talk about that. Thank you. Yasmin, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you, Tariq. Completing on what Tariq mentioned, مين اللي المفروض يحضر certificate دي أو certificate دي would be ideal of the best benefit for whom? The certificate is of the best benefit للprofessionals working for real estate sector, our construction sector, our design professions, or any our development sector with its a big array of sub concentrations or sub functions who wish to make a qualitative leap في حتة الفاينانس والinvestment والvaluation. For people who want to expand their job responsibilities, for people اللي عايزين develop a strong understanding in various investment aspects لما تيجي لنقطة real estate investment as a topic in general. طبعا, of course, the certificate is ideal for financial institutions, people who are working in this business, and of course, real estate entrepreneurs. I had in the real estate business who have a real estate company of his own or is planning to expand into this venture from his full-time job into something that requires investments and finance in this sector. This certificate is a very, very ideal deal. We have it open for registration. For the registration deadline is the 14th of April 2022. As mentioned, the program highlights, just to wrap up عشان نبقى فاهمين مكونات certificate. The certificate 3 core courses: economics, finance, and valuation appraisal, كلهم from a real estate side, coupled with a business acumen course. And business acumen is a self-paced course that you pick from 6 topics that are offered on our website. It's an asynchronous learning course. The duration of the program is 12 weeks, يعني 3 شهور, offered on bi-weekly sessions live online. ميزة البروجرام عندنا إن كل ال scientific topics دي we're offering it to the executive education format. Speaking of, إن إحنا كل ال academic concepts are blended with real-world case studies, blended with in-class exercises, experiential learning experience, business-oriented assignments. Participants benefit from the in-class discussions, and of course for networking purposes with people of the same interest. As mentioned, this certificate is targeting the intermediate level, so the admission criteria بالنسبة لنا لازم يبقى اللي بيقدم مع bachelor degree. The course is delivered in English, so you must have proficiency in written and spoken English, and of course a minimum of 5 years of experience, not necessarily real estate, but within the relevant work experience. And you can be in the sector in general. The program fees are 23, are as mentioned before, as mentioned in front of you. And that's it for this program. Moving on to the next certificate. Mohammed, please take the floor. The Real Estate Development Management Certificate.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in this information session. شكرا لحضوركم. أنا النهارده هاخدكم walk through ال Real Estate Development and Management Certificate. الحقيقة إنه الهدف من السيرتيفيكت ديت زي ما حضراتكم عارفين الإيجيبشن ريل استيت ماركت في السنوات الأخيرة كبر جدا in size، وأصبح العاملين بيه أعدادهم أكبر بكتير من قبل كده. أنا بتكلم عن ال5 سنين بالذات بعد مدن الجيل الرابع ما طرحت للمطورين العقاريين والمستثمرين أو كبار المستثمرين. الهدف من البروجرام دوت انه البارتيسيبنتس يبقى عندهم فهم دقيق للصوره الكامله للريل استيت ديفلوبمنت اندستري. والحقيقه ان احنا بنشوف انه الحته دي فيها نوع من انواع الافتقار. ففي البروجرام دوت انت كبارتيسيبنت عندك 5 years plus experience، هتحتاج ان انت تدرس ال6 كورسز اللي قدام حضراتكم دلوقتي بشكل متداخل. يعني لو انت متخصص مثلا في الريل استيت ديفلوبمنت زي ما دكتور طارق كان بيقول، انت لازم تعرف الناس بتاعت الايكونومكس والفاينانس بتفكر ازاي، الدوله بتفكر ازاي وهي بتفكر في الاربن ديفلوبمنت. فهتلاقي نفسك في الكورس الاولاني ريل استيت ديفلوبمنت مانجمنت بتشوف الصوره الكامله بالديفينيشن والبروسيسز بتاعه الديفلوبمنت من اول الانيشيشن فيز لحد الكلوزنج. هتفهم كويس الدول بتفكر ازاي في الادفانسد اربن لاند يوز اند بلاننج، ازاي بتكونسيدر الايكونوميك فانكشنز والسوشيال امباكتس بتاعه الديفلوبمنت جوه السوق المصري. وبعد كده هتدخل على ريل استيت ماركتنج انوفيشن، هتدرس الاستراتيجيك ماركتنج من اول الماركت اناليسيس وانواع الاسواق وازاي كل واحد بيفكر سواء من الديفلوبر سايد او من الاند يوزرز او الانفستورز اللي بيدخلوا الماركت المصري. وبعد تخش على موضوع تاني مهم جدا جدا وفي سوق كبير قوي بيكبر فيه، هو الفاسيلتي اوبريشنز مانجمنت. اصبح الموضوع ده مهم جدا بعد ازدياد كبير في عدد الريزيدنشال كوميونيتيز او حتى الاوفيس بيلدينجز والبولي كلينكس بيلدينجز. بعد كده تشوف الجماعه القانونيين بيفكروا ازاي، وده شيء مهم جدا سواء كنت انت انجينير او اركتكت، او لازم تشوف الامبليميكيشنز اللي انت بتتعرض ليها قانونيا وتقدر تكونسيدر دوت جوه شغلك. وبعد كده تختم بالريل استيت كوميونتي مانجمنت، وهي اللي بتفهم فيها معنى الكاستمر اكسبيرينس وازاي العلاقه ما بين البيلدينج او الفاسيلتي وما بين اليوزرز او الاوكيبايرز او مستخدميه. ده ببساطه شديده شكل الكورس او الريل استيت سيرتيفيكت مانجمنت. تاني هي اللي هتديك الصوره الكامله للريل استيت ديفلوبمنت بلاننج بيتم ازاي من اول الديفينيشن والبروسيسز لحد ما الناس بتبدا تتعامل بشكل طبيعي جوه الفاسيلتي اللي اتبنت وازاي to be managed. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much. Moving along. طيب نفس الكلام، مين السيرتيفيكت دي would be ideal for؟ احنا بنتكلم برضه professionals in the real estate sector او construction او engineering او design professionals. هم عايزين for professionals who want to make a qualitative leap في الماركت في real estate management career بتاعهم, for aspiring in acquiring practical experience, we get exposed to various functions within the real estate development cycle. People who want to expand their job responsibilities, عايزين they explore new functions or have limited expertise in other functions, عايزين explore horizontally rather than vertically. People who are looking to better understand real estate sector from a holistic developmental space and to manage their teams more efficiently عشان يبقى فاهم كل واحد مش الفانكشن بتاعته بس، لا الفانكشن بتاعت الناس التانية as well. And of course entrepreneurs and business owners within the real estate arena. The program is composed of 6 courses as mentioned, plus 1 online self-paced business acumen course. The entire duration بتاعته كله على بعضه 18 weeks. بنتكلم في 4 شهور ونص, bi-weekly sessions, 3 hours per session, and of course live online. Same as the case with all our programs at Executive Education, it is a program that is offering a blended real-world case study with academia. It has an interesting dynamic group and peer-to-peer discussion. The class is designed and the sessions are designed to incorporate and harbor and encourage in-class exercises, business-oriented assignments, and above all طبعا relevancy to the local market. نحن كل الديزاين بتاعنا ماشي على فكرة إنه إحنا real estate sector is of عنده a specific local flavor عن ال multinational dynamics في الدنيا. فإحنا we're trying as much as possible في design of our programs to offer this unique blend between relevancy بتاعتنا إحنا في مصر في local market with what is being offered and what is academically correct and accurate and the market should start learning about. The program fees have a total investment of $33,500, and of course, as the same with the previous certificate, the admission criteria is a bachelor degree, a well-spoken and written and spoken English proficiency, and a minimum of 5 years of experience relevant to the sector. And now we open the floor to questions and answer. Please, if you have a question, write it down in the chat box, and we will be happy to answer it for you. We're sharing as well the links to the website of the certificates on the chat box. I don't see any questions. Everything is clear.
We have a question.
From Majid. Yes, please, Majid. You could write your question in the chat box, please. Hossein as well has a question. Can we unmute them? Yes, please, Hossein.
Hello.
Tfaddal.
Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Please,
good evening. Good afternoon. You mentioned in the beginning there are 3 modules, I guess, or 2 modules. You illustrated only 2 modules, while in the preambles you mentioned 3 modules, right?
The first certificate, there are 3 modules, 3 courses. Yes. As here, I'm gonna move here.
Yeah,
these are the ones.
I mean, one from for the beginners, intermediate, and then the professional, right? Or advanced.
The courses.
How did you phrase
the courses? You're here. The certificate, the degrees نفسها, الشهادات.
Yeah, correct. So at the end of the day, there are 2 certificates, one for real estate development management, and the other is real estate finance and investment certificate, right?
Yes. And there's one that is
Okay.
already offered.
And
These are
then
the
you-
new ones, and these are the new ones that are open. They're open for registration now. And the first one, the whole introduction to real estate
Yes.
management, it is already still existing, but it has been running for a year now. It is also available
okay.
for registration.
Great. And which one the appraisal process is involved?
In the real estate finance and
Or
investment,
it's
this one. Real estate finance
was
and
it
investment
before?
certificate.
Yeah. Was it before a separate certificate, or it was always one of those?
No, it was always one of those. Yeah. But it's a component of the real estate finance and investment, composed of 3 courses. As executive economics, and then you move to the finance, and then you finally close with the advanced real estate appraisal and valuation.
Okay, so if I have, can I have a private chat with you later on
Sure,
custom-made something?
sure. I will leave.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. I will leave my contact information at the end. You can please
Yeah,
screenshot it and reach out.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, please. Yeah. Thank you very much.
So
Thank you.
allow me, Badr Yasmin,
Yeah.
to answer him.
Please, Tariq, go ahead.
To clarify. So I teach on both sides. So if you could just scroll back to the pyramid thing, that's okay, Yasmin. Yeah. So the introduction to real estate management foundation. This is the one, Yasmin, that is that only has 2 sessions on valuations. So only 6 hours of instructional hours. Yeah. So the difference to answer Hassam and everyone, the introduction to real estate management is a more sort of condensed introductory program for the real estate diploma. Okay, so it's you only get to touch upon the flavor of most of those topics that you've just learned, that we've learned about today, and that are further sort of introduced with more advanced material in the intermediate sort of certificate. The advantage of for example, I'll give you an example. In Introduction to Real Estate Management, the session on valuations are only 2 sessions, 3 hours each. We just touch upon the flavor of valuation in Egypt. However, in the diploma, in the certificate, I apologize, it's going to be, I think, 8 sessions, right? So not just 2, so 4 times the number. And then we get to learn about each method. So the way that it's broken down is we first talk about the standards and the motivation, and we take each one of the 5 methods. That's one, every session is going to be focused on each one of those methods. And then we start talking about the framework in the end, and then we talk about the evaluation process and conclude, and how it ties into the finance. So basically the way that is structured in the certificate allows you to actually have a functioning knowledge of valuation. So functioning knowledge means that you can actually go and sort of start applying it in your job, versus you have it in the introductory program is basically an introduction to it, just to get to see whether you like even to get into that, get technical with that kind of knowledge or not. So it just gives you a flavor. So I think for those who are really interested in understanding valuation and actually wanted to apply it, then this, well, not just valuation, but also, because it's all tied in, economics, finance, and then valuation ties it together. So this is the program you want to take: economics, finance, and valuation. But if you just want to sort of get an idea of how the real estate market in general is touched upon, then maybe the introductory course program is definitely shorter and cheaper, and it doesn't get you too deep into any sort of applicable sort of functioning knowledge. Just gets you sort of a high level understanding.
Thank you very much for your explanation. Actually, the reason that I'm asking in details, and then I requested later on a private discussion with Yasmin, that actually I am an engineer, and I have an MBA from Master School of Management in Banking and Finance, and my thesis was in real estate. However, I have been outside Egypt for a long time, and looking back to really culture, I thought that would be a good opportunity to get to take something like what you are producing here, guys. So I'm a little bit confused which one of them is more suitable to me, or actually will give me more added value than on the information that I already obtained or acquired from my previous experience and my study.
I think it's the certificate we're speaking of, given your expertise, given you already have an academic background in real estate. If you want to add the relevancy and to touch up on what you already have studied, the introductory course would be pretty basic for you. You'd find like you already know all this information.
Yeah.
But the deeper level that we're talking about here, that in the certificates you get 24 hours of content for each of these 24 times 3, you're getting 72 hours of depth of discussions of but I think to be honest, I think this would fit you more.
Okay, so the third one, right? The last one that you explained.
No. The real estate finance and investment certificate, the one I have now on the screen.
Yeah, the real estate finance and finance and investment certificate.
So Bardo Hussam, let me give you a bit of a flavor of what goes into the actual class, because we instruct. I mean, I'm one of the instructors that will be teaching one of those classes. So let me tell you a bit of a flavor. Let me tell you, if you are already an expert in the field, so you already studied finance, it seems like you're pretty advanced. Okay. These courses have a mix of skill, so it's teaching you knowledge and skills, and also insights into the market. So I think for your purposes, Hussam, you're someone who has the skill, in my opinion, but you are in need of touch basing with the Egyptian market. You really want to accelerate your knowledge of how the Egyptian market works and the tricks so both programs offer that. So in my courses in valuation, I don't have the pressure in the first one, the introductory one, the program, to teach too much skill. So I keep the program fun. Okay, I keep it more insights, more intuition. Okay, more about general practices in Egypt. And since most of the attendees come from Egyptian real estate developers, they're either brokers or developers or engineers or so forth. Everyone sort of adds their take of how the real estate market works in Egypt. The certificate is a bit more structured. Okay, you get to learn now more skill, more technical skill, opening up Excels, looking at maps, etc. So in addition to the insights, you get a lot more technical. So if you're already technically strong and you don't feel that you need to be technically given more information or more technical information, then maybe the lighter course is beneficial for you. But if you want to get to know how that technical knowledge that you already have applies to the real estate market and the sort of the nuances of the real estate market, so you need both the technical and the insights, then the certificate is better for you. Okay, so it really comes down to where you're coming from and what your priorities are in learning. So this is something that I leave to you, but you'll find me in both, in the diploma and in the program and the certificate. But I can tell you that the certificate is a lot more technically involved. Okay.
Yeah, you said diploma and certificate. Is it true that
I mean the program and the certificate?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you very much, Tara. You are that was great explanation. In fact,
thank you, Hussein.
Yeah. Thank you.
Rami, we have a question from Rami.
Yes, thank you, everyone. First of all, I just wanted to say that I've already took the introductory course back in March and April 2021, and it helped me shift my career from design consultancy to real estate development. So it was very informative. My question is,
5-star review.
Sorry?
5-star review. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Tariq. I just wanted to say or ask actually, if I have to choose between the two courses. In my case, my background is actually architecture and urban planning and design consultancy, and I have shifted a year ago to real estate development. Which course shall I choose from the two courses?
Mohammed, could you answer that? يبدأ بإيه?
Yes,
Rami,
sure.
Aziz.
Yes, sure. Rami, Dr. Tariq has mentioned something like this وهو بيأنسر حسام حمدي. It's about where you are coming from and what are your priorities. انا شخصيا لو مكانك كانجينير او اركيتكت واخدت الانترودكشن ريل استيت سيرتيفيكت، انا شخصيا بشكل شخصي هختار ريل استيت ديفلوبمنت اند مانجمنت از سكند ستيب، وبعدين هطمع في ان انا اكمل الفيري تكنيكال بارتس بتاعت الريل استيت ديسيبلينز بالفاينانس والانفستمنت والفالويشن والابريزل. ده رايي الشخصي unless ان انت تكون عايز يعني to jump into على طول directly الفالويشن والابريزل والفاينانس والانفستمنت. يعني انا شخصيا هقول لك يعني خد الاثنين، خد التو سيرتيفيكتس.
اوكي
جدا ان شاء الله.
هو رامي معلش، انت كنت حضرت معانا احنا، يعني انا كنت معاك في الايفالويشن. اوكي
يس
alright. فهو basically اللي انت درسته بس هيبقى a lot more technical. هناخد الميثودز وهن go very deep and get too mathematical، فاهم؟ فهو
Okay.
احنا السيرتيفيكتس هدفها في واحده more managerial اللي هي دي يعني باشمهندس محمد علي كان اتكلم عنها، اللي هو فيها real estate development management definition البروسيس والurban planning والreal estate marketing innovation mostly around ال holistic strategic development component. بينما السيرتيفيكت الفاينانس والvaluation is more of the mathematical sort of background, economics بقى finance valuation الموديلنج نفسه. It depends on what kind of skills you want to complement. يعني you already have the managerial skills and you need the technical, or you already have the technical and need the managerial. So it's your again, your priority is your selection. And yes,
And both
my
of the
recommendation is
certificates
both.
and both of them are intermediate level, right?
Yes.
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 And anything have been rolled out for the advanced level or not yet?
No, not yet. We're still on the intermediate level.
Okay. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you. Any questions, everyone? I think we're fine. I will just leave.
So I wanted to ask
Please.
a question, Yasmin. Are there exams or like how does the format of the course, the program look like?
Sure. Of course, there are some assessment criteria for passing the program. There are assignments and projects and deliverables that is designed within the development of each course in order to pass the program. And maybe it depends on each course. Yeah, every module has its own design, but there are some evaluation and assessment criteria. It's not just an attendance certificate for whoever just attended the previous course was an attendance course. No, these programs are, they have to be assessed and passed, and the participants are required of some deliverables and some assignments and some deliverables and maybe even projects and presentations within the context of each program or each course. Depends, but there are some assessment aspects in each, of course. And for example, in the real estate investment and finance certificate, in order to reach the valuation, لازم تنجح في الايكونومكس، وبعد ما تنجح في الايكونومكس تخش الفاينانس، عشان لازم تنجح في الفاينانس كورس، وبعد ما تنجح في الفاينانس كورس you can reach the valuation and appraisal. In addition to the attendance, of course, whether we have over 75% minimum of attendance in order to pass the course, coupled with the assessment. So there are assessments for everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, it is delivered all live online for this intake of May, with a deadline of application on April, inshallah. I'm just going to leave at the end the contact information for us, just for everyone. If you're interested, you can screenshot it. I'm having here the website and our various contact information for the programs as well as mine. If you have any questions that pop in mind, please feel free to contact me or any of the team at any time. It was a pleasure having you all. If you feel like you could write some of your contact information in the chat box, please feel free to do so. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tariq. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you so much.
Take care, guys.